What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, that Pens fan 412, and I'm coming back at you with another off-season update. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, folks. Waking up this morning, things are changing as of recording, of course. Things are changing in the horizon for the Pittsburgh Penguins. But let's go ahead and talk about what's happened more recently. Well, let me tell you. The Pittsburgh Penguins have respectfully, respectfully hired Kyle Dubas, former, formerly of the Toronto Maple Leafs, a man who was just let go by the Toronto Maple Leafs this past season after being ousted in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs with a team that hadn't made it to the second round in a number of years. Kyle Dubas has been named president of hockey operations for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Kyle Dubas. Now, I know a lot about Kyle Dubas, funny enough. As you guys know, I watch a lot of other hockey YouTubers. And one of the most prominent hockey YouTubers out there is Steve Dangle. And he talks a lot about the Toronto Maple Leafs. And one of the common themes of his videos for a number of videos was Kyle Dubas, whether it was a good thing or a bad thing, right? But overarchingly, I'm sure Steve would say that Kyle Dubas, yeah, Kyle Dubas was good for Toronto. I mean, they made it to the second round of the playoffs. No other general manager before him for a number of years, decades even, has been able to say that. So Kyle Dubas coming into Pittsburgh as president of hockey operations, that is enticing. That is exciting. This is a guy that knows how to take what he's got and make it work. Now, in Toronto, he ran into a number of issues. The biggest issue that I've been able to see just from watching them play and listening to YouTubers talk about them and other people who analyze hockey talk about them is that Toronto's players just didn't have that it factor of some nature. They just didn't have the urgency of success. For some reason, they've got these young, hungry players, but they just couldn't reach success for whatever reason it might be. Kyle Dubas is coming into a totally different team with Pittsburgh. You have a team that knows how to win, a team that's been champions, has proven that they know how to win. That is the first team to win back to back Stanley Cups in the modern era. Mind you, this is that team. This is the same team that has Sidney Crosby. This is the same team that has Evgeny Malkin. Granted, the Stars are definitely past their prime. Crosby, Malkin, Letang, right? But you have three guys who know how to win and who could probably still win tremendously and really set a precedence. Where did I put really set a precedence? Sorry about that. Really set a precedence for a team that, as we've talked in other videos, has it's got to have something. Something had to change to get that. And Kyle Dubas making it to the second round last year with Toronto, I'm sure in his heart, in his hockey heart, he wanted them to go a lot further. He wanted to win. And this is a guy that's coming in that wants to win and knows how to build a team. If anything, this is great for us simply for the future because he knows how to build a team with what he's got. Toronto didn't have a lot, and he built a pretty good team. The Penguins, we have more right now. What are you going to do with it? You know what I mean? That's the thing. What are you going to do with it? And I feel like having Kyle Dubas, that will actually make it, I think he's going to make a lot of great decisions for the team. I think that under his rule, we might see a Stanley Cup contending team again in the very near future. But as everything is, we will have to wait and see, right? So I wake up this morning. It's June 14th, 2023, as I am recording this. And what is the first thing I see that pops up on social media when I look at it this morning? That's right. Breaking news, folks. The Pittsburgh Penguins have signed Jason Spezza as the assistant general manager of the team, working directly with Kyle Dubas. Now, I just want to say this. Toronto, haha, we have Jason Spezza now. Jason Spezza is a guy that, for me personally, I think that having a player that's still very close to today's generation of players who has played with a lot of the people that are playing in the NHL right now still as your assistant general manager, that that's going to be good. That's a good thing. I remember a couple years ago when Spezza ended up retiring as a player and became part of management in Toronto, and he talked about how he never was going to leave Toronto, and if he did, he was done with hockey. And now here we are in 2023, and he's going to be the assistant GM for the Pittsburgh Penguins. You start to think maybe, just maybe, Kyle Dubas had a big part in Jason Spezza's discovery of what goes on outside of being a player. Kyle Dubas must have been some kind of a mentor as far as transitioning. It's kind of funny to say because I know Spetz is like substantially older than Dubas, but he mentored him into hockey management and gave him a new perspective on hockey and a new chance at success. So I'm sure when they were like, Jason, you could like not go to Toronto, not sign with them in a managerial role or anything of that nature, and you can go with Kyle Dubas in Pittsburgh with a team that's captained by Sidney Crosby, one of the greatest hockey players ever, at a chance for winning a Stanley Cup. I'm sure Jason Spezza didn't even think about it. He just said, "Sign me up, put me on the dotted line. I'm boom, done." So yeah, the Pittsburgh Penguins are they're getting some pretty good names to fill seats at the moment, as far as management's concerned, with Kyle Dubas and now Jason Spezza, two guys who have worked together in the past, two guys who have brought success to a team that did not have a lot of success in the last number of decades. That's right, I said it, decades. They brought them to the second round, right? Right? And with a team that has Crosby, Malkin, and Letang, who want to win, who have said it multiple times that they want to win another cup before they retire. Their retirement's not even in the picture until they win another cup. Oh man, now you got people that want to win cups on the ice, and you got people that want to win cups in the management. Oh geez, what could possibly happen with all of this? But that's what time is for. Time will tell. They can make as many decisions as they like, but as long as the team's success is the number one priority, that's all we could ever ask for as Pens fans. Am I right? Yes, yes, I am. Now, with that being said, it's the off season. The draft is coming up. We will be back with a video for that. But until then, I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank you all for supporting the channel. For those of you that are subscribed and watching this, thank you. I know that having a channel for hockey is not necessarily the easiest to do for 50% of the year, and there is not a lot of content that comes out in the off season. But when it does, when things break, I will be here with that information. And you know that, the subscribers, you guys know that. That's why you're here. And I thank you for that. If you're new here and you are just seeing these videos for the first time, welcome. I hope that something that I do in one of those videos entertains you. And if it does, consider hitting the subscribe button. It's right down below me, right here on the left side of the screen, right down here. It's free. It's free. In 2023, things being free is not something you should take for granted. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hear that share notification icon, all those wonderful fancy things. And again, I want to thank you all for watching. This has been That Pens Fan 412. Let's see what happens for the rest of the off season, and good luck at the draft, folks. We will be back.